Hello guys, welcome back to the Malted Man Cave. If you do not like vanilla, turn this review off right now. But if you do like vanilla, I have something in store for you tonight that you will love. So tonight I will be doing my first Islay whiskey. Islay whiskey, or Islay, is an island in southwest Scotland that is known for its very peated whiskeys. Although some of their whiskeys are starting to be unpeated, it's kind of becoming fashionable by the likes of Bruichladdich, Bunnahabhain, and even Caol, which is what we're going to be doing tonight. We are going to be doing Caol Stitchell Reserve, which is an unpeated whiskey. It is cask strength, so you know if you've been watching my reviews that I'm very happy about that. It comes in at 59.6 ABV, non-chill filtered, no color added, which we like. All the boxes are checked. Ting. So, a little bit about Caol. Caol is actually the largest distillery on Islay. It is typically been used for the blending market and specifically for Johnnie Walker. Although many of their single malts, although they've always had them, they're starting to get a little bit more steam. And much like Bunnahabhain, Bruichladdich, and Caol, it's kind of a Cinderella distillery. It's kind of not as popular as or famous as Lagavulin, Bowmore, but I actually prefer Bruichladdich, Caol, and Bunnahabhain. So, I don't know. What else do I want to say about this whiskey? Caol actually in Gaelic means the sound of Islay. Obviously, because it's a coastal distillery, you get the crashing waves coming on, so that's what they named it after. And of course, with that, you know you're going to get that amazing, salty, briny, just gunky marine notes that you get from Islay and a lot of other coastal distilleries. So, which I personally love. So, let's see. What else I want to say about this whiskey? I think that's it. But before we get into the tasting of the whiskey, and I'm going to go ahead and pour it, I actually used to hate peated whiskey, which is something that, like I said before, Islay is well known for. But I'm actually starting to love them, and I'm going to be starting to review them soon. And thanks to Springbank, and actually even a Caol that I had that was peated, you know, I finally got my palate to where I really, really like them now. And I used to hate them. I thought they were disgusting. But I think I had cheaper, I had like a really young, cheap Bowmore, and it just kind of set me off for a very long time. But I've had some amazing ones now. So I will be reviewing them soon. So always kind of want to drop a couple whiskey knowledge bombs or just a couple tips. Not that I am an expert, but I drinking a little bit. I think I know a couple tips here too that might help you in your journey. So let's go ahead and pour this. And one thing that I will not be doing in any of my reviews is adding water. And just so you guys know, I normally do add a drop or two of water, and I try to let it sit for however many years it is. I let it sit for 1 minute in the glass. Just the reviews would be too long if I did it straight and then with water every time. So just a little FYI. So actually what I'm doing here is something that a very famous reviewer says to do, and this particular gentleman has forgotten more about Scotch whiskey than I will ever learn in my lifetime, but I happen to kind of think he's a little ridiculous on this one. He says, don't ever shake it, only a little stroll around the glass. And part of why I got into this reviewing business and loving whiskey is because of him. I think he's kind of ridiculous on this one. If you want to shake it around, do whatever the frick you want. I'm sorry, I just don't think that a little extra aeration is going to ruin the whiskey. So another tip, you can stroll around the glass, you can shake it, you can do whatever the frick you want. Just don't put ice in it. That's a no-no in my opinion. Although some people do it and like it. But if you put ice to it, it's going to kind of shut down the flavors just like with anything, when water freezes, it kind of expands. And unfortunately, I don't actually think I'm saying that right. It does expand, but for whatever reason, when whiskey gets colder, the flavors kind of go into hiding. So that's why you want it room temperature, and why just a little bit of like lukewarm water will really pull out the flavors. So one thing that I do to get out the flavors, some people say you should just blow on it. I don't know, maybe I'm unique in this. You guys might think I'm a hot mess, but what I do is I put my mouth all the way in and I blow. And for me, it just brings out the nose, just like, holy cow. It's amazing group of flavor, just right like this. And it's just right there, boom, right in your nose. So, enough blabbering for one night. Let's get into some whiskey. Vanilla pudding and vanilla wafers. Just amazing vanilla notes. Vanilla pudding and vanilla wafers. Coconut. That salty vanilla sea air that you would get from the coast. Because it's so strong, you get kind of a fingernail polish that actually isn't unpleasant, and it will go away with the additional water. It actually tastes pretty good with the salt and the vanilla. Not taste, smells. A little floral. Think daffodil and buttercups. And for the palate. Again, that vanilla saltwater taffy, like you would get at the fair when you're on vacation. Just vanilla saltwater taffy. It's just fantastic, guys. This is an amazing whiskey. I did not have high hopes for this, but this has blown me away, guys. It is amazing. Vanilla custard and a cream puff. Vanilla custard and a cream puff, guys. Vanilla and barley sugar. Did I already say vanilla? Because if you like vanilla, you have to have this. You have to. If you like that note, you have to have this at some point in your whiskey career. It is just vanilla everywhere. When you get this beautiful, just rich, gunky, funky mouthfeel you get with Islay non-sheltered whiskeys, and it is just amazing, the mouth coating that you get from this whiskey. On the finish, it's moderate to long. Again, with just that mouth-watering, mouth-coating, salty vanilla taffy note, guys. If you like salt, if you like vanilla, if you like kind of buttery pastries, you have to get this dram, guys. It is unbelievable. Malted Man Cave mark is a 93 out of 100. Go out and get this. I think this is limited. This was kind of to celebrate Paul, or is it Paul Stitchell? It was one of the master distillers. It was kind of like his farewell gift to himself and the world. So where does it say? Dang, it doesn't actually say it on this. It must be on the tin. Anyways, his last name was Stitchell. And he was a distillery manager or the malt master, and this was kind of his farewell. So it's actually a limited edition, so if you find this, pick it up. It's really good. Like I always say, actually, again, on second thought, don't go get it, so I can get it. It's that good. All right, guys, take care. Like, subscribe, leave me any comments. Let's launch it.